Dead Matter was a really hyped up game that got me and many others hyped for all the right reasons. It was looking more and more like the DayZ killer with every new development vlog that came out, with tons of new, seemingly polished features being introduced every time. And to top it all off, we finally got a confirmed early access alpha release date, essentially available to anyone who would back the game, even if they wanted to back it at a later date. But at the last minute, everything fell apart. Backers of the game were angry, keyboards and PCs were destroyed in frustration, credit card chargebacks were issued, Discord channels were suspended, Reddit was censored, and then silence. So what happened? Well, to put it plainly, mistakes were made. Many mistakes. Too many mistakes when you think about it, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is Dead Matter, and the matters that made Dead Matter matter. Still following? Good. Before we get into this, remember that people make mistakes, and that's pretty much what happened here. But it goes further than that, and we'll talk more about that in this video. The developers, or whoever was in charge of making sure things go smoothly, decided it would be a good idea to let backers back the game but not receive a Steam key needed to activate it until the same time the game went live. All thousands of them. Yeah. Some members of the community warned the developers ahead of time that this could be an issue, but the developers thought long and hard about it, said nope, and didn't change it anyway. Their excuse was that if the keys were sent out by email instead, they could be stolen or hacked or something, you know, if someone hacked your email, and that was somehow their responsibility, so no. So, of course, when the time came, thousands of players were accessing the website at the same time, trying to log on to get access to their alpha keys, and the unthinkable happened. The site ended up getting DDoSed. It couldn't handle all the requests and basically shut down. Again, solutions to this problem were pointed out by the community prior to this, so the developers thought long and hard about implementing some kind of DDoS protection or upgrading the web server, and they scratched their heads, thought about it long and hard, and said, nah. People couldn't log into their accounts to get their alpha keys to redeem the game on Steam. This is where the raging began. The Discord channels were lit up with rage, as you'd expect in 2020, and things got out of hand. So out of hand, in fact, that the developers had to think long and hard about what to do to fan out the flames and give people some hope that things would be alright if they were just patient. So they locked the Discord channels. For some reason, that didn't make people feel better, and they took to Reddit even angrier than before. So the developers thought it would be a great idea to lock that down too. And that was it. The problem was now solved. No more hate from the backers because they had no official place to go and spread it. As you can imagine, a lot of respect for the team was lost, even though you have to remember some of these guys are just working on the game itself and had nothing to do with the handling of this situation. But anyway, a lot of respect and faith in the team as a whole was lost. People requested refunds and got chargebacks. It was also announced that people who hadn't yet backed the game would no longer be allowed to back it and get a key. Only current backers would be able to get access to the game for now, with no more new keys available. This was a huge blow to many players who planned on buying access to the game after release rather than backing beforehand. The developers had always said the game would be available to backers who backed before or after the alpha release date, so many simply felt betrayed. This was to do with the fact that the developers simply didn't have or couldn't get enough keys from Steam. This could have been because they weren't supposed to be selling access to a game that wasn't yet available on Steam, or at least as many keys as they were hoping to sell. Either way, this could have been avoided easily and shouldn't have happened. I was lucky to have backed the game beforehand myself and almost decided to wait, like many unfortunate people interested in the game now have to do. Eventually, after about a week, the dust started to settle, and the Discord channel was cautiously being opened up again. Slowly but surely, players started getting their keys, but when they finally got into the game, NDA, 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 and so many players simply wrote off the game as another hyped up title that was dead on arrival. Because of the whole fiasco, many players who were once interested in the game pretty much lost interest permanently and got refunds. What happened won't be forgotten, but again, people do make mistakes and their reputations can be built back up. Just take a look at other games like No Man's Sky. A lot of people know this and will keep an eye on the development of the game, but probably won't be trying it out again until it actually goes into early access on Steam, which, looking at its current state, NDA, NDA, NDA. Can't talk about it, but NDA. But as time goes on, development for the game has continued, and while I can't say anything about the game due to the NDA, I can say that in general games take a long time to develop, and alphas are just that. Alphas are there for players to test, not necessarily play and enjoy, and someday, maybe, Dead Matter will be a game that anyone can pick up, play and enjoy on Steam, and it definitely still has a good shot of becoming the next DayZ, but it looks like it will literally be like a DayZ 2.0, where development takes a much longer time than expected and the end result might not be quite what everyone had hoped it would originally be, but we'll have to wait and see. For the record, I didn't request any refunds and still believe over time that this game could be truly amazing. It just might take a little longer than we'd all hoped and expected. It's definitely not dead, though its hype did pretty much get beat down. It'll probably start up again once the NDA is lifted and some words on its Steam early access release date get out. I'll definitely be making content for it when the NDA is lifted, among other games. I want to point out that I'm still very hopeful for this game and truly do believe it could be as good as we all had hoped. But I'm a lot less trusting of the team behind it at the moment, especially due to how they've handled this whole situation. I know it's not every developer, but the people who are in charge of the game and its PR at least anyway. Even today, the Dead Matter Reddit is heavily censored and almost every thread is locked. The Discord is heavily moderated too, and slow mode is always enabled. I've never seen such a restrictive method of managing a gaming community on Reddit or Discord as I have with Dead Matter, and I've played many games in alpha with NDAs too. NDAs shouldn't be broken, but that isn't the issue here. People should be free to discuss the game's publicly known information and their own thoughts, opinions and ideas on Reddit and Discord without moderators breathing down their necks and locking threads left, right and center. By all means, any leaks or information that breaks the NDA should be removed or restricted, but that's it. Anyway, I'm excited to play this game as its development continues and will let you guys know about any further updates. That's all for this video guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'd like to know your thoughts and whether you agree, so leave a comment below and let me know what you think. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this game, and despite everything I've talked about in this video, I'm still looking forward to playing it and creating content for it as soon as I can. See you guys in the next one.